Uh, at the outset, I am thankful to whole LOC, and I must compliment them also for such a wonderful show. I think Dr. Vibhuti, Dr. Milind, Dr. Satyajit, Dr. Gyan, and all others, they deserve kudos for it. And it's really indeed a pleasure seeing so many old friends here in today's panel, Dr. Ranjan, Dr. Subhash, Dr. Sudhir. So I welcome all of them also. So today I shall be speaking on management of congenital ptosis. When a person of congenital ptosis should be operated, traditional approach is to operate them at 4 to 5 years of age, but we operate them early if there are chances of amblyopia, that is if pupil is covered. I'll not go into detail because of lack of time. So what are the options for ptosis surgery in a child? If a child is younger than 3 years, then the only option is to do a sling. If a child is older than 6 years, then levator is also one of the options. And after 6 years of age, a patient is treated as adult. All the options are open. You can do levator resection, fascial aorta, or silicone sling. Fascial aorta is generally not performed earlier than 4 years and never earlier than 3 years of age. Now, there is a notion of calling sling in infant as temporary sling. I believe it's a wrong notion. We should treat every sling surgery as permanent, though there are chances of droop, and around 25 to 40% of patients may require revision, but a gross majority, 50 to 60%, will not require any revision. Silicone is the material of choice. Suture sling is not at all an option nowadays because there are more chances of granuloma. It is less elastic, and silicone being very cheap also, I think every patient deserves silicone sling, whosoever is requiring sling surgery, not the suture sling. Of course, you must explain patient about possibility of resurgery also, because in 25 to 40% of cases, there may be late droop. Advantages of silicone sling, we all know it is potentially adjustable, lid leg of thalmos is very rare, it's readily available, duration is very short, good efficacy, easy to perform. So, and in silicone sling, Fox's pentagon is the ideal option. It gives you good lid lift and contour. If you are doing fascial aorta, then sometimes single triangle is performed as a rescue option for fascial aorta if material obtained is not of optimal length. So I'll show you a brief video of silicone sling. Here is a child around 1 year old. So a central point is marked. It is a sweet point. I call it a sweet point because this point gives you equal contour if you lift lid at this point. If you hold lid and lift it like this, it will give you best contour. So this is the sweet point. Then there are two equidistant points from this sweet point, around 3 to 4 mm away from lash margin. Then 2 points in line with lateral canthus and medial canthus, and one central point. So you pass a traction suture in the lid. Then you can either use your knife also, 11 number knife, or you can use RF cautery, whatever is feasible. Bleeding is also not too much here. So stab incisions are used. You should not hit bone while making superior incisions. So you should remain in the muscular plane. We do not want to go beneath the muscle. We have to be in front of frontalis belli. Once you have made the topmost incision, then you are supposed to make a tunnel also superiorly. This is very important to fashion this tunnel because we shall be burying our end of silicone here. Now you take out your silicone sling. Ideally, one should use both the needles per eye. You remove this sleeve out of one needle. You can cut it into two also. Then just bend these needles a little bit. They are malleable needles, very easily they can be bent. And then pass it close to the lash incision. You will have to be above the tarsus plate. And this needle should be very free in the tract. there should not be any impingement of tissue. Otherwise, there will be notching. Always check whether you have perforated tarsus or not, because child tarsus is very thin and it can be easily perforated. So always check. Then pass this long needle into the tract. And as I told you, you have to check for the free mobility, because if there is any tissue impinged, your result will not be optimum. So use the other needle from passing into second half of tract and then come out into the central incision. So once both the needles are out in the central incision, then just pull your needle and then you'll have to thread the sleeve. If you are using both the needles, then the sleeve also can be very easily threaded by the help of needle itself. You will not be requiring to stretch out the sleeve by using needle holder also. Just pass this sleeve by needle, then do appropriate tightening. Generally, we leave lid at limbus. Cut ends of sleeve and tight few knots. This is just for give you added protection. Then pass non-absorbable suture also, just to avoid slippage. And cut the end of your silicone sling. These end also should be long and they should be buried inside the superior tunnel which you have fashioned. So if you bury them inside the tunnel, then there will not be any chance of sling extrusion. So this is very important to bury them inside. And this is the post-op result of same patient. So pretty decent result. So there are certain pearls for silicone sling. You should never reuse half of sling again, and you should titrate according to the end point, upper lid at limbus. You should be making a long tunnel, we have already discussed. And one very important point is that we need to combine the skin muscle excision in all unilateral cases after 5 years or so, because if you do not do it, there will be excessive skin muscle lamina like this. There will be bogies, lid fold. You do not want these lid folds bogey. If you do skin muscle excision here, we have done a silicone sling, but we have also excised this and there is no bogey lid fold. So perfectly symmetrical lid fold. This is what is our aim. Again, there is bogey lid fold. We do not want it. Facial atta in children can be done after 4 years of age. This is Marcus-Gunn ptosis treated with bilateral facial atta sling with levator excision. Levator resection in a child, problem if you do it before 6 years of age, because aponeurosis is underdeveloped, Wittnall's is poorly developed, and generally you're required to do maximum levator resection. There are high incidence of undercorrection and late droop. So it is done in older children only.
The time.
Yeah, I am just finishing it off. Levator resection, late droop, as I told you, this is there in many of the cases. So to conclude, age bar for congenital ptosis surgery is getting lowered. Silicone sling is the procedure of choice in patient under 3 years of age. And all parents, the parents of all child should be explained about possibility of second surgery and readjustment, which is required in around 25 to 40% of cases if you do surgery less than 1 year of age. But still, we believe that early ptosis surgery is worse than permanent psychosocial problem. If you delay surgery beyond, say, 15, 16 years or so, and even if you make child perfect, child will have permanent psychological problems. So we do not want it. Thank you. Thank you for your patience hearing.
Thank you, Dr. Mukesh. At what plane you